I really believe this is going to work, and it's going to work well. But like I said, you know, you have to try it. And I was going to do this live, but then I'd have to wait, and I didn't want to forget my idea. So, and that I had taken it in the other room. I have several, but sometimes I want a certain one. So try to cut it as evenly as possible. So it's, go back around this way and just turn it. And this is just foam core from Dollar Tree. I'm sure there's a reason why it's at Dollar Tree, but for this application, it does not have to be perfect, so I'm not going to stress over it. I have been using this successfully in many projects. Turn that off so I don't have to do the whole thing, and save that for the next project. Okay. Anyway, Heidi, a friend of mine, wanted to learn how to make this, and so I decided to do the video so that she could just refer to it whenever she's got the time. Okay, I think my knife is getting dull. Yep, just a little spot right there, and it feels like there's no styrofoam in that spot, and that's probably why it did that. Yeah, it's got a big air hole right there. And that's probably why it's at Dollar Tree, but I don't, for this it doesn't really matter. Not really. So let's see, make sure it fits nice and tight, and it does. It's perfect. Okay, well, there's a little spot here, but you'll never see that anyway. So I'm quite happy with that. I think maybe this side would be a better, let's see. All right, this side has the least ugliness, so we'll put it in this way, just like that. So I have to figure out, this is what I'm going to do like this. And I'll do another one here. That way I know this is the back, and that goes there. This side is, it's almost perfect. So, yeah, I think that looks pretty darn good. I wanted it completely hooked up on the sides. So now I need to come up with a tree. So get a scrap piece of paper. And we'll just draw a circle. We know that it has to go inside, but we don't care. We can just do this, just so we know where inside of that is. I could take it apart and do it. This works. You just want about 1/4 of an inch. Right now it's just a matter of the size. So if you don't have a stencil for a tree, then you just make it up. Now, if you wanted to make a Christmas tree, that's pretty simple. You just do this. Well, I don't want a Christmas tree one, so I would like to have like a tree of life, which is, I think, what she was looking for. Now, to me, it would come up like this. We want like a root system. Make sure this is straight up. So I have a line here and a line here. So we're going to maintain this line. I'm going to maintain that line in the center. Just like that. Okay? So what I would like to see, you could also fold it and trim it out however you want to do it. I'm going to freehand it. All right, so then this would be, I don't want it straight across because trees are not straight. I want to make it as loose and natural as possible. I don't know if you can see this. Let me zoom in just a little bit. There we go. I gotta push my laptop lid back a little bit because I can't really see it myself. So what you can do is either leave this completely closed up and decorate, but trees don't always look that way to me. So I want some openings. If we don't like it, we can always change it, but once you get the jewelry on, you cannot. This will give it a little bit more stability by having a little bit of that on there. Okay, I don't know if I like that, but let's go ahead and now that this is on here, I am going to draw this. Just like that. Now, if we had a real tree, we would have, you know, branches and things like that, but we're not doing that. What we want are places where the branches the tree is not 100% round on top. It has dips and valleys. And so to me, I want to maintain a dip and a valley here and there. Not a lot, just a little bit here and there. Gives it a more natural look. If you want it to be more perfect, you absolutely can. You can fold this, cut it, and then place it on your head. So I'll show you how to do that. So since I drew the line with a ruler, that is for sure easy to do. So now what I want to do is cut out this tree. And again, we don't want it to be super perfect unless that's the look you're going for. So I know this seems like a long way around doing it, but I'm just trying to come up with options. Now you can make this trunk as thick as you want, or just go with the flow. All right, so here we go. See, that wasn't perfect the way I had done it, but now this is perfect because I made both sides equal. All right, so now, and the reason you want this is you don't want all of this cut out. You want a little bit of light, but you don't want a lot. So this one is just a little bit too big for this. That's okay. We are just fine with it. So now, I need to do this. Okay, so I don't like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this up, fold it over, and my trunk is the right size. Otherwise, you know, this is what you would have. I don't want that. I want this. I want there to be stability in how this lays in your frame. Now you can do the same thing with a square frame, a rectangle. You can do it on a canvas. It doesn't matter. The principle is the same. So now what I want to do is I want to outline what I have here. So that I can cut it. Now, the other thing I want to say is the reason I'm doing it this way in here is because I don't want the back of this to show from the side. I think that is just an ugly look. I don't care for it, don't want it. Just don't want it. So this gives it a little bit more pleasing look. You can get as creative with this as you like. Not sure if I did that. Let's just go back over it. Yeah, you can barely see it, but when you set it up, then. So now what we're going to do, we're going to cut this and this in these 4 little spots. That's what we're going to cut. And that shouldn't be a big deal. Okay. So go in as straight as you can. and just cut those little pieces out. And the side is going to be painted, so don't worry about that. We'll paint it. Everything that's left will be jewelry or something will be attached to. I plan on making a few different sizes, different backgrounds. One will be a picture frame, one will be a small canvas, one will be this, just to give you some options. Now, I wanted to do this live, but then I was afraid I would forget what I was doing, what I had planned. And even if I wrote it down, I still probably, it wouldn't be the same. And sometimes you just have to go exactly as planned. So I'm going to start here. Follow that curve that you made with the pencil. Like that. Take your time, especially if it's going to be a gift. Just take your time with it. What I chose were some old buttons that I got in a jar, some jewelry that was given to me, some that I had already. So just to use it up. Okay, all right, so this is not an issue. We'll just go back through with a nail file and get that out. Save these pieces for other projects. There's no point in throwing good-sized pieces out because you could probably use them for something else, even if it's just to prop something up, All right. This one has quite a few of those little spots, but that's okay. Do not worry about it. So I'll go back through. Just be very careful when you're doing this. These blades will cut your fingers. Yeah, it could cut them off. So be very, very careful. You don't have to use this either. You can use mat board, whatever. Just make sure it's sturdy enough that it can support the jewelry that you're putting on it, because jewelry weighs a lot once you get started. So here we have our tree. Let me put my cap on. Put that away. All right. So now I'm just going to fine tune the edges that I cut, not these. I want those to stay the way they are. Unless you have a big goober sticking out, but leave them alone. I did have a goober right there, so no goober. Okay, just get these chunky things out of here. And this is pretty simple. I mean, you could use just about any design. I also thought about making a skull. Putting a skull and then decorating the skull with tiny beads and stuff like that. So it's endless. You can do anything you like. Whatever your little heart desires, you can do. All right. This has a little boo-boo in it. Just leave the boo-boo. Don't take it out. The other thing is, I'm sure you could use a round file. Just use whatever you have. Just even just sandpaper, whatever you have. This isn't critical. Not critical. Okay, so we have Oops. Well, maybe I will take that one, just the piece of paper. Don't want anything not to stick. All right, so we have everything pretty much ready to go. So now I'm going to put this back in. All right, I'm going to put that back in. As you can see, it fits quite nicely. It has a pleasing look. It doesn't look bad on the back. If you look at it from the side with this on here, you will not notice the edge of this except for right here. But we're going to address that. But see, even though this is in here, you can still put something on the back if you choose. I kind of like to finish things, and I probably will do something on the back, but it would be something very I don't know, I kind of like the 3D look, so maybe I would cut a piece of cardboard to go on the back to cover this. So, but that's a finishing thing. You know, like they do when you go to a frame shop and they just put that thin piece of paper on the back. And I'm thinking that's probably what I will do with this, only because it finishes it nicely. There's still room in here. We can undo this a little bit. Oh, there we go. What would really be nice is some tissue, maybe something a little thicker than tissue. I don't know. Let's just work on this and worry about that later, because it really isn't necessary. All right. Okay, so we're going to leave that right there because that's where we have to have it. All right, so all you need is some tacky glue. I do not recommend hot glue for this, simply because hot glue has a tendency to come apart after time. And if it's in a warm situation, it will kind of get gummy gooey. If it's in a cold situation, it could actually crack and things could fall off. So I really, truly do not recommend it. If you want it to be completely permanent, then you will have to use something like E6000, because it is not only waterproof, I mean, it'll be there for forever. So now, I want to make sure I have these on my edge there. Yeah. All right, let's do that. So then what you want to do is just slide this in here. If you get glue on the side, not a big deal. There's enough glue on there that it will glue and stay together. So I need a paper towel. No, I don't. I need a baby wipe. Baby wipes work really well. I do not recommend using Clorox wipes or other kinds of disinfectant wipes for a couple of reasons. Mainly, it's a chemical. It is not meant for your skin. And with all of the things going on with, you know, blood disorders and things like that, tumors, and you don't want to put that in there. You just don't. You just don't want to use it for yourself, to protect yourself. And so use a baby wipe. I prefer unscented and, you know, what is minimal. This is a, what is it called? Well Beginnings. It's for sensitive skin. I mean, because you're going to use a lot of these, so, you know, you could become sensitive to it. And sure enough, babies do. It has minimal stuff. It is not made with parabens, fragrance, or phthalates. So it's relatively safe, and there's no fragrance or anything. So I would highly recommend that brand. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's really not that bad. And your health is worth a lot more than that. All right, so it wants to shift, so I'm going to lay it down. So now what I'm going to do, if you want to put a drop of hot glue to get it to glue quicker, go for it, but I will not. I will just use the hair or the heat gun on cool and get it to attach. Okay, it's there. It's not coming off, so I can start working with it. This is called Impasto, and it is a clear gel acrylic medium. You can use this to attach things, and it is completely permanent. You can use it in a lot of applications, but this is really good to adhere these types of things, and it dries clear, so it doesn't give you, you know, the ugliness of hot glue. So what we could do now, and I thought about it, we could go ahead and paint it so that we have the bottom ready to go. Now, I tend to always use gesso, black gesso, but you do not have to. You can use any paint that you like. It can be any color that you like. If you prefer to have a green tree, paint it green. If you prefer to have a multicolor tree, you do whatever it is that you like. But I'm going to go ahead and do the inside of this rim as well as this. Here's a piece. I don't want to get this all over my my cutting mat, so I'm going to remove the cutting mat in a minute here. So all I'm doing is just coloring the white styrofoam. And I'm going to color the inside only of this, because I'm going to leave the outside alone for now, because I haven't decided what color I want. And I might just leave it plain, because it is a vintage piece using vintage jewelry and such. So it doesn't really have to be perfect on the outside as far as, you know, being a fine stain or, you know, surface. It just needs to look nice. And I kind of, when I'm doing repurposing like this, I kind of like to leave a little bit of the real part of it there to view. And be very careful along the edge, because we don't want to screw it up. But if we do, we can always paint. We can always paint the whole thing and make the whole thing black, which is kind of an idea too. I kind of like that idea. So let's just see what happens. If I like it that way, fine. If I don't, then we can go ahead and paint it. Try not to get where it's been recently glued too wet, because that glue has not set. It's been heat set, but it's not permanent, not yet. Not yet, but that's okay. You know, don't worry about it too much. It's all fixable. Okay. Now just keep looking to see if you've missed any of the white. You can always go through the back and see once we've done this. Yeah. All right, I'm going to put you on pause while I finish this, and I'll be right back. Okay, it is painted black at all the edges. It doesn't matter if you don't have everything exactly, you know, perfect, because we're going to cover it up anyway. So you need a focal point, and I'm not sure exactly what that focal point will be, but I have some options here. We are going to oh, that looks kind of pretty. It's different. It's yeah, I like that. You could put it like this. Give yourself some room. Think about, as you're playing with it, what are you trying to achieve? Is it timeless? So to me, this would be timeless. Timeless treasure. I don't know if I can change the hands. Let's see. Don't think so, but I'm going to try. Only because I don't care for it that time. So let's see if I can move. That one does not want to move. No, that does not want to move. It's going to break. So let's see. I like that time better, but it's definitely... I'll stick it like that. And I like this because of the way the numbers are made. They have little curly cues on them. I don't know if you can see that. I just happen to like the way that looks. So, and I didn't want to take this out because I was afraid if I did, I would lose the entire thing. So, what I have some Cosmic Shimmer. That really works well. I'm going to use that. I don't want that to come loose. This would be something that you could use hot glue on just to seal it up, but that's not what I want. So I'm going to let this sit because this is definitely going to go in there. So now I have... The other thing is you can decide if you want it all silver, if you want gold, if you want wood pieces. I do have some wood pieces. I don't. Now that I've decided on this, I don't think I want the wood pieces. So like this is really pretty here, so I could take this apart. Very pretty. So I think I will definitely take that apart. And sometimes you can without tools, but not this time. I'm going to take that apart right there. Oh, I think it was soldered. Oh, no wonder. Yeah, it was soldered for sure. Okay. There we go. Yep, it was soldered. Definitely something I want to learn how to do. I have not done it. So that's quite pretty. I think this would make a beautiful branch. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this. I will make branches out of it. So I have a few on here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this apart. And get that in there. Yeah, once you get the solder apart, it's good. Well, that's a well-made necklace. I don't know if it's a necklace or a belt. It's probably a belt, because that's the only reason why they would make it like that. All right, so we have that. Okay, the other one broke. This one didn't. Okay, find my cutters. I'll just use the side cutters. All right, so that can go like that. Okay, we might as well take these off because there's enough here to go up. Yeah, might as well. Okay. As you see, I am, there we go, this one broke. So let's see, I can do that. Yeah, I have to cut them, but so I just actually need this one more. Do I actually need one more? I think I'm going to wait and leave that alone. I don't want to tear them all apart and then find out I'm not going to use them. Let's see. Let's cut this off. Oh, let's just do it. Let's just cut them in half. See what happens. Okay. So like this one would go here, like that. Okay, take this one off because it's already hooked together. This one could go like that. Now, as we put these together, then you will see why this is important, because it will help to stabilize this to this. Even though we glued it, it's still a little precarious. So let's see. Take this one out and put that one in. Now this is going to take a while. This is not going to be a short video because this is not something you can do in 5 minutes. We may have to cut this one a little bit more, yes. So I think I will cut it a little off, like maybe ½ an inch off. Because we can go this way. Now we can go like that. It goes like that. Same thing with this one, this piece, ½ an inch shorter on one side. Okay. So then that one, and then that one can go up here. All right, so let's see how that looks. I think that looks very, very pretty. So do I need any more? I don't think so. I mean, actually, I don't even need this one, probably. Let's see. Nope, I don't think I need it because I have this one here, and this one in the center, this one on the outside. So I think that's good. So we're good with that. Save all of these bits and pieces. Don't throw them away. All right, so I have these very beautiful pieces here. And these are vintage, but they're just pot metal. They don't really, I mean, most of this you can do by hand. So I was thinking perhaps hooking them together in, let's cut these pieces off. Like that. Just watch your fingers when you're doing this because you could really hurt yourself. There, like that. I need one more of those. This Cosmic Shimmer is an acrylic glue, and it will dry up real fast if you're not careful. I need one more of those. Oh, Kretsky. I don't think I have another one. So I need one more. That's all I need. You have to plan ahead if you want everything to be perfect. I don't really care, but I wanted those to be the focal points for this. So since this one has 2 missing stones, I'm going to take it out. Not a problem. I just need to find something to take its place. This is something else we could do in the center. That looks very pretty. That's a thought. Okay, definitely not those. That looks very pretty. No, I don't care for those two, so they're going to go right away. And I'm not going to use that. I do have that. And these are a definite no. We'll see. We shall see in the towards the end if we need them or not. Okay, I kind of like that. That looks kind of pretty to me. I'm good with the way that looks. Take those two out for now. I may change my mind. But let's do this. Okay, I want it to look like a necklace. This one's a little short. I'll take a longer one, like that. And, you know, try not to make them look too perfect. We don't want them perfect because tree branches are not perfect. That one's going to go there. This is going to go there. Okay, I like that. Somehow this got moved a little bit. So I do like that. I want those pieces to start there. This will go right here. This will come up here. The watch will go here. These things we can put in as we need to. So I'm thinking we have a good start here. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and glue this piece in and put it exactly where I want these to be. So for sure we need some of this. This is antipasto, but you can get like a Tim Holtz clear gel medium. It's in a little jar. You can use that. Anything that is that dries clear, you can use. And if you just want to go ahead and use hot glue, you go right ahead, but that is not what I'm using. So I just don't care for hot glue, never did. I did use it many years ago, not knowing any better. And then when I found out that over time it lets go, I just decided I didn't care for it. So like this one here, I want it to be right there, just like a branch would be coming off of the tree, just like that. So I want you to, whatever you use, whatever kind of chain you use, it doesn't have to be this kind, it could be any kind. Anything you want to use is perfect because it's yours. I just have this stuff, I wanted to use it. Okay, so now I have this. That's ready to go. I also like this because I have more control on how much I use and where I use it. So when you have something like this that has an indent, you can fill up that indent like that. You see that? And what that will do is it will smoosh down on your background, and it will fill in right there. And then you can go behind all of that and kind of brush it out if you want. Or you could add some tiny beads, which I don't have with me down here. But I will just put you on pause and I will go get them when I'm ready. This is going to be a long video, so please just bear with me. If there is a spot where I can go ahead and just put you on pause, I will. So you don't have to watch me do everything over and over. So like here, there's no point in doing in here because it's not going to adhere to the piece. So now what I want to do is I want to drop this right here and get that in. I want it right there so that this chain comes right to it. And then I'm going to wipe this off. Go in and get up the goobers. That's going to go just like that. just like that. And it is your decision how neat and tidy you want it. So carefully press, wipe off the stuff that's on top, just so that it stays nice and shiny, if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. All right, it looks good. Looks good. Okay, so now this one I want centered. This is an antique, but it is broken. So this one I'm going to fill a little more because there's a lot of heavy metal here. And I also want it to adhere to the frame. So I have given it some extra at the top. And I will just put that up against the frame, and it will not budge once it glues. So here I'm just smoothing it out, but I'm getting it down towards the edge here, and just off the jewel. And we're good. We're good. I'm not going to overwork it. I'm going to leave it. Okay, same thing with this one. I will do the same thing. And then I will put you on pause while I dig in my stash to find out what's next. Okay, I think I want it to go that way. Get out of the way. Just like that. Now, if you look at this, you can see it has come up through that little hole. Leave it. Let it do that. Let it do that. That will become very sturdy there. I'm not cleaning up down inside of there either because I want that to hold. All right, now we'll do this one, do the same thing. These require quite a bit more due to the weight of them and the openness, so there won't be enough glue if you don't put enough on there, obviously. So just like that. Now here, I'm going to add a little bit because I find that there's not enough hooking that to the sidewall. I'm going to do the same over here. Not enough hooking it there. I can tell by looking at it. Anyway, these would be really nice as ornaments if you use small enough pieces. That's not moving. See, and I haven't, I just put it down. It's not completely dry, but it's already stuck. And that's why I like using this. If you don't have it, it's fine. You do whatever you have to do. So I am going to draw a line, kind of, and drop that chain in the glue. And I don't know if I want this to come down. Well, I kind of like it like that. So I think I will do it that way. And just do that. Flatten it out just a hair. Just so that it's hugging the chain. Let it hug the chain. You can do the same thing here. Just so it's hugging. Not covering, just hugging. Everybody needs a hug now and then. All right, so then we do the same thing on this side. We just kind of follow along. It does not have to match the side. I'm not even going to try. I just want it to have a place to go. I need a little bit more. The beauty of doing pieces like this is you get to use up a lot of excess stuff nobody wants. You just throw it in the back of a drawer somewhere and never look at it. And if you have pieces that belong to someone that you care about, this is a nice way to honor them. And, you know, I mean, if it's broken, it's broken. You can't, you know, it doesn't mean anything. But if it's broken and you do this, well, it's a perfect way to do it. All right, so we have that much done. So now I want this piece. And because it's coming from the center of the tree, I do want it to start in that spot. And then once I get this in here, show you how I'm doing this, then I'm going to take a break and try to figure out what I want to put in here, because that takes too long to pick everything. And of course, if it's too long for you, you can always fast forward and then come back, you know, check and see where I'm at, and then just hit play again or unmute or whatever you want to do. That's totally up to you. It's perfectly fine. But the one thing I dislike intensely about videos is the fast forwards, and most of the time you have no idea what they're doing. So that is not my thing. Kind of like that. I think that looks really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with that look. And it's always nice to have a pokey tool and a toothpick or something to help you move it around and see where you want it to go. All right, I like that. That looks nice. So even though I have a lot of gel medium there, it's okay. I can still move it around and make it stick. It's fine. I think that looks real nice. I am going to move it closer. There we go. Just like that. All right, let's go ahead and do this side. I know you can do this. This is not hard. It's just all about the design and what pleases you the most. All right. And once you start with this, you have to complete it, because, you know, complete this, because otherwise the glue might dry too much, and then you won't be able to get that in there. Yeah, like that one. Yep, it's already too dry. It's okay. Let's just do it like that. For some reason, it just stuck to the other one. All right, now I can do it. There must have been a burr and it's stuck. All right. But there are so many ways you can make these. It's really not hard, just a little on the tedious side. Oh, that's what it is. There's a little burr right there. There. I'm just going to let that sit in that glue. And just like that. Now, depending on how big you make this, you could also, because of this being foam core, if you use foam core, you can also dangle like tiny beads from below. I will not do this on this particular one because this isn't that big. This is strictly going to be here. And see, as you put things in, you're actually doing more to glue this to the board or to the side, the frame. All right, that looks pretty good. They are not even, they're not anywhere near the same, but they look good. All right, this is dry enough. As you can see, it has dried very well. And so now I can adhere this one. And we want a substantial amount because it is such a heavy piece. And yeah, I could have just used this, but I wanted it to get in the grooves of the watch parts. So that was not going to happen otherwise. So set that on there. Do I have enough? No. So let's just go ahead and put more in. Okay. Okay, I like that. That looks good. It is coming out a little bit on the top. So I will just kind of smooth that and rub it up against the where the pins go in. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, let's just leave it. Let that dry a bit. So now I need this to go in there and this one to go in here. Like that. As you can see, it's starting to look like a tree, more like a tree. And I'm going to put, there's a little indent here. I'm going to make sure I put the chain into that. So I don't want it straight. Give it a little curve. You don't want it to be straight. Branches are rarely straight. Okay, I'm going to allow this to set a little bit while I try and choose some other things to go on here. And then I will be back to glue those on, and we'll talk more about design and things like that. And so I'll be back in a flash. Okay, I found quite a few things to play with. And one is some pieces that were from another necklace, but the necklace itself is gone. I don't know where this one came from. I'm assuming my daughter. I found these pieces, which I like a lot. So I will definitely glue those in there. I still, will have to do some other work, but I think I'm going to concentrate on this right now. Let's get this put together. I really like that. And we will do the same if I find myself, where did that brush go? Ooh, I hope I didn't leave it sit. Yeah, I did. Okay, it's all right. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue these on. And they will frame the trunk. So get them where you want them. And make sure they're adhered very well. And then this one here, we'll do the same. That one up against. And what I want is I want enough room between for chain or something. And then I may have to move this one. Leave it until this has a place to be. think that looks good. All right. Okay. Just like that. This one will go here too on this side. And since I love silver, this is very appealing to me. Okay, so that looks really good like that. And I have to decide what chain I want. I was going to use this one, but I don't think I want to. I like this one. So I'll stick this down. I'm just going to stick it down. I'm not even going to think about it. Just going to stick her down. And then I can cut it off the way I want it. Stick that up against there. This will come up this way. That will go there and hug that area. Actually, it could go all the way there. Oh, where's my pokey tool, girl? I lost my pokey tool. No problem, I have more. So let's just get this one up there and up in that corner. All right, I'm gonna stick a little glue. And it's kind of hard because I can't pick it up and look at it because I don't want to get my head in the shot. So this is just there. And I would think, depending on the jewelry that you use and how much, this would not be a very cheap item to sell. It's time consuming, and it does consume a lot of jewelry. So depending on whether you have purchased the jewelry or not, will depend on what it sells for sure. Because I've looked on eBay and Etsy, and it's quite expensive. It's not cheap to buy. Okay, so this is a different chain. I'm thinking maybe doing something different. Nope, I think I'll do the same one right there. Okay, gotta trim that. These are harder to trim, to cut, but it's worth it. Get that down in that little groove there. I guess I could have taken it a little bit off. Yeah, that works. As long as you can get it in there, it's fine. Yeah. If I would have used the other one, I wouldn't have this issue. But I really like the way this one looks. So, you adjust. Okay. So we need a little piece. This one will be a little more fidgety here. So probably to there. Okay. Thought I cut through. Can't even see where I cut. All right. Let's do right there. Oh, come on. Ow. Boy, that one just does not want to cut. Maybe my hands are tired. All right. Okay, let's get that in there. Okay. And I was thinking too, if you wanted to, before you glued this in to the frame, you could always wrap this with something, fancy yarn or even raffia, hemp. I think hemp would look nice. If you just wanted this part done and you wanted this to be more like a tree, there's always that. Kind of like, I think I want the down ones going this way. I think that's what, yeah, I think so. Okay, so that piece needs to be cut. I think I need a new pair of side cutters. Okay. All right, let's get some in here. This one I want to come from here and come down to meet this one. So, you know, think about not just the design, but where it's going to be. Is it going to be someplace that you would like the natural fibers to be represented or not? You know, these are all design choices, obviously. So, okay, that goes that way, that goes this way. I think I'm going to put one here. Just like maybe two there. Okay, moving along. Okay, that looks good. I could bring another one here, a short one. No, I think I'm going to pass on that. All right, let me see. So, so far I'm liking this, so I'm going to put these down. These are a little bit more masculine than the others, and I like that it has a little feminine and masculine elements, which is what the Tree of Life should have. It doesn't all have to be glitz and glam. It could be anything. You could put buttons in here. All right, let's try. I like these ovals. I've had them sitting here looking at them. I like them. So I will put the ovals down. Just like that. I don't know if I'll put all of these in as I have them, but I know I'm going to put these two in. So we'll just leave them be. And they will dry clear, or pretty close to clear, I think. Okay, and this one. So anyway, yeah, you could do so much with this idea. There are numerous ways to decorate. I'm not sure I want the heart there. Let's see if I have something else. I like this instead. Let's see. No, it really doesn't fit. It's a little bit too wide. So I'm just going to wait and see if I come up with something else as I'm working on it. However, it could go here. Actually, it fits very well there. So let me think about that one. Get down. Get down there. Okay, do I want... Is there more than one? Yes, there is. Okay, let's... Oh, I like that. You know, they're not going to be exact, but they wouldn't be exact anyway if they were flying around. So I think I want that there. I'm going to have that one going a little higher, this one coming out a little lower. I just happen to like the way that looks. So we'll stick him down here. This one will go up high. Or I might have him come in this way if it'll fit. I like that. Just kind of dab this on. Kind of like that one coming in for a landing. So let's kind of get that one cleaned up a little bit because I got a little messy. All right. Now what? I do have these little hearts. I do like them, but I don't know that I want them. Maybe I just need one. Not 100%. Not 100% convinced I want that on there. Let's see what else I have. If I have anything else I could put in there instead. Okay. It's blue. I don't really want blue. Okay. Kind of like that. Not sure. Let's try it. And I didn't do the buttons because I don't have, they're all gold and I didn't want gold buttons. So, oh, I have tons. This is a drop in the bucket. Drop in a bucket. A drop in the bucket to what I have. Well, I'm not really wild about, I like it, but I'm not, you know, I'm not really wild, crazy, ecstatic, but I think I'm going to go ahead and put one on. Because we need lots of height, different heights as well. You don't want it all flat. Being flat is not going to be an option here. It needs to have some height. Ups and downs, hills and valleys. Because we're not even close to being done yet. Not even close. We have a lot more to put on here. That would look cute there. It's different. Not wild about pearls, but oh, here's another one. Maybe I could go ahead and do that one right there. But if I do, I want to hang something. What do I have that I could hang? That's not huge. I don't want anything huge. I want something tiny, tiny, tiny. Tiny. What do I have that's tiny? Not really wanting the flowers, but the flower. Oh, that is cute. Okay, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to hang these little flowers. If I don't like it once I take it and do it, then we don't have to do it. But I'm thinking it just needs something, so I'm going to hang it from there. Okay. And right. These are way too big for this. I got to dig in there and get a different pair. Okay. Oh, now that's cute. That is super cute. Okay, we are in business. We are in business. That is going to be so adorable. Adorbs, as Dawn would say. Adorbs. It is adorbs, and it really is. This is super cute. Super, super cute. And I hope that you will, if you make one of these, that you will post it on Thrifty Scraps and Crafts. I would really appreciate seeing what you've done. And, oh, that's going to be so cute. It's so cute. Right there, right there, right there. And it hangs off of there. Oh, I love it. Okay, let's get some of this on here. I'm not exactly sure where I need it, so I'm going to put it all over. That is super cute. And we want it to hang loose, but we also want it to adhere maybe to the chain because it has a bevel. It's not flat. But that's okay. We can make it work. Just don't get it on the jump ring like I did. That is super cute. I love it. Okay. Not enough. Oh yeah, super cute. I'm going to give it a little bit more. Oops. Oh, super cute. Oh, cute, cute. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, we are working. See, as you can see, this one isn't sticking. I don't have enough. You really have to have a good amount to hold these things on. Okay. All right, it's getting there. It's getting there. Look at that. Having these little things dangle off just really makes it. All right, let's see what else. What else? What else? That is just too cute. So we have these if we wanted to dangle, but I don't think I want to dangle too many. That looks cute. Oh, I just had an idea. Okay, hang on. Okay, let's see. Don't know. No, that won't work. Okay, let me see what else I have. I have this. I can just take the one off and have that dangle. Maybe just one. And take this one off. As soon as I find it. It's hard to see. These are soldered. This one's done so well I can't find the spot. Okay, took me a minute, but I got it. So I cut the bottom off of this. Put some glue there and just poking this right in. Like that. That looks cute. Okay. It's getting heavy too. Getting so heavy. So we've done that. We did that. Okay, I don't want any more of those flowers. I want something else to hang. Maybe the heart. Maybe that's why I didn't want to do it. So now I got to figure out what I'm going to use to hang that with. And I'm not sure yet because I don't see any earrings that I could use. Something I could just poke through. And see. All right, maybe I can do this. I'll take a shepherd's hook. Add the little heart. The possibilities are endless doing this for sure. So if I cut this off, probably up there. See, I'm cutting right there. Probably about there. Then I can bend it. Make like a U. You can see it. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully it'll work. Put it right there. Right. Let's see. That's one of the nice things about this foam board. There's so much you can do with it. And that, my friends, will work. But I have to put something on top of it to keep it from coming out. So let me get this other one in, and then we can go from there. Okay. and I will. I'm going to give myself just a tad more room. Okay, and well, I thought it was going to, but I didn't. All right, so this one will go right about here, maybe. And they do not have to be exact, as I keep saying. Let's get that dude in there. Let's poke it in. Okay, so now I just have to come up with something to put on top of it to hold it. We don't want anything coming off. No. Well. What can I put on there? Well, I only have one of those. None of these are flat. I want something flat. I could do that. Where'd the other earring back go? There's one right here. This will work. Put that right there. That will help it to stay once it dries. It's just like working a puzzle. All right, that one will have to dry before I can move it, so it just has to sit there. But I think that's super cute already. Super cute. There's my other one. It was hiding. Okay, so what do I want to do now? I have numerous openings. I have these. They're silver. And I don't mind if they get tarnished because it'll just add to the beauty. Yeah, let's just go ahead and throw some of these on. Okay. One there. I wish I knew how to edit. That would really help me a lot, because I could shut off some of the tedious stuff for you. So this will be tedious, but just go ahead and fast forward if you prefer not to watch. It's very easy to do. And I am going to pause for a moment. Okay, I'm back. I am almost done. I have a couple of spots that need a little extra. And, you know, they don't, like I said, you can put anything you want in here. I'm thinking I want just a couple extra little things, and then we'll start putting in some of the seed beads that I have. I had a, I'm not sure exactly what it was, but come on, get over there. I think it was supposed to be a belt of some kind. I don't know how you would wear it. I mean, it would be so easy to break. And, but I think that's what it was supposed to be in some alter universe. So I took it apart, took some of it out, and I still have, this was completely packed, you couldn't get it. I tied it in a knot so it wouldn't come undone, but there's a whole lot of beads in there, and I like the colors. You know, they're blacks and purples and blues, it's all iridescent. So I think that will look really pretty on this. I need a little something there. This is broken. Not that it matters. Maybe I'll put put this little feather in there because it's been peeking at me and I really like it. I'll just stick that right in there. Just because I want it. Just because I like it. Anything else? Anything else? I think it looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and add some of this. Just go around. It doesn't have to completely cover, but you don't want to have a lot of this black showing. So I thought I'd throw a little bit of it in there. Oh yeah, that's going to be so pretty. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Let me zoom. All right, let's. I think it's too close. But you can see the little beads in there. I think that's going to look nice. Well, that's as close as I can get you. Sorry. Okay, I had thought I was going to put these in here, but I don't think I want that white. I like the dark. The dark looks good. So let's just kind of add. This will also be very tedious. You can use a finer brush. I just want to get it done. I'll just get a little bit of this. Oops, oh, piece I missed. Oh. And no, I don't care that it's going all over the place because it's all going to go in a box anyway. So it doesn't matter. And this will just kind of help bind it all together. I think it'll look nice. Okay, I'm just going to leave that be. Whoops, keep wanting to go over there. I'm only going to show you this a little bit, and then I'm going to put you on hold again because it's getting quite long here, and I don't want to go over. If I would have thought I could have just, did the streaming part and then published it, but I didn't think it was going to take this long. So you saw how I put this together. I will be back to finish. Okay, quite tedious, but you know what? I wouldn't do it any other way. I had thought at first to put this down and then put stuff on it, but I really like doing it this way. I like the process. I like, just kind of fitting things and taking time. And what you could do to make it go faster, if that's your choice, is to lay out everything, take a picture of it, and then start gluing, putting it on fairly thick, and then do it. But yeah, you can do it that way, but I really like doing it this way. And even though it takes a lot longer to end up with these little seed beads in here, and I don't want to disturb it too much, but it looks very Art Deco, and all those little beads in there just really make it. And I just love the iridescent look of it. So anyway, it needs to dry before anything else can happen to it. So when I'm ready to do the actual framing, this needs to be 100% dry and stable. A comment, a like, a subscribe, a comment, please share. I hope I have some more unique items for you to do. And even if you don't do them, if you enjoy watching, which some people do. Okay, well, thank you for watching, and I'm just absolutely loving this one. So I hope you do too. Bye-bye.
I realized after I looked at the video that the second video was not available. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I think I had the first and second video on UMaker, but that place seems to be closed. I can't get anything there. So I did find the first video on Rumble, so I'm glad it was still available. But the second part of it isn't on there, so I don't know what happened with that. But anyway, as I finished this Tree of Life, I decided to add lace to the back. And if it's in a window or something, then you would be able to see through these little slots that I made. I don't do that. I have it on the wall, but I still think it's very pretty. And but what I had to end up doing, once this was finished, then all I did was take the outer ring and just put a piece of lace in there with some tacky glue. And then once I had it glued on, then I trimmed it really close. And I'll just show you with this. This is an old one. All I did was, I'm just going to use this doily. All I did was put it on, and let's see if I can do this. I have to do it on the table. I should have done the overhead, but I didn't. Okay. I think with the doily, I'm going to leave the doily on here. That's the only reason why I'm doing it. And hopefully it will fit. No, it's not going to fit. It's too tight. But anyway, this is basically what I did to it. And then as soon as I got it, got the outer ring just over the inner ring, then I trimmed it and then pushed the whole thing through. That's how I put it together. And it looks really nice. The outer ring I had painted black, and the inner ring I painted black, but then it showed the natural part. I didn't put paint on that, obviously. But that's how I did it. It's really simple. It was not hard to do at all. And once I had this lace on there and pushed it in, there was, just a little glue around it. Once I pushed it in and was able to trim it, then I completely pushed it, laid it on the table and really pushed it down and then tightened it up. So this one here doesn't have that option. This is an antique. What I'm going to do is take out the cork so that there's room for this heavy doily. And then when I put this on there, it'll have a place for the doily to go into where the cork is. This one's made quite a bit different because this really just stretches over, where the other one you have to screw it together. But I'm not going to paint this one or anything. I like it the way it is because it's an antique. So what I'm going to do though is take that cork out. And then you can see where some of the cork has adhered to that. I will sand the inside so it's smooth. And then I will, get this. I think what I'm going to do is get it damp, because then it'll stretch better and it'll go in the way I want it. And then this is something my daughter made me years and years ago, and I thought it would be nice to display it in this hoop. And a friend of mine, Jenny, she was talking about hanging crystals from something like this. So I was thinking maybe I could do that, just to see how it looks. But then once this is on the hoop, then I can hang it from the hoop. It's just an experiment with this because I've made stuff like that before, but not with these. I've used doilies before, but not with anything hanging from it. It was usually just that with something, a bow or something on the top. So this is just a new variation of doing that. But I just wanted to at least show you how and what I did with the back of this, which is really simple. It looks pretty on the back, so if you did hang it up in a window, it would just look like lace. So, but if you hang it in a window, do not use hot glue at all. Do not use it. So just make sure whatever you put this on, if you're using it in a window, and you can, just make sure whatever you've used as glue is permanent. And that's it. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.